Hi guys, it's Greta. I'm gonna do a video today about Jordana's Twist and Shine Moisturizing Balm Stain in the color Cranberry Crush, which is number 06. So it just looks like this. And it's been on YouTube a lot, so you've probably heard about it. People have been talking about it for like a month now. I'm actually gonna do a whole face look and then like redo another video for a first impression view of the cranberry twist and balm stain. So there'll be two videos and I'll put them up like a week apart though. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the Laura Mercier foundation primer in Radiance, and I'm just gonna take that, put some on my hand, and then I'm just going to use my Real Techniques brushing or buffing brush and sort of buff it into the skin. Yeah, so I'm actually using a lot of my sister's makeup because I'm at home and I'm usually at my university, so I didn't bring all of my makeup, but we have very similar products and similar brushes, so I figure what difference does it make? I'm just a little bored sitting at home when all my friends are at school. Okay. The other thing about that is also that she tends to use a little bit darker a foundation than I do. So it might be a little bit off for the colors, but it should be mostly be good. For foundation, I'm using the Nars Sheer Glow in in light 2. So I'm guessing it's the second to lightest shade, which I would normally pick the very lightest shade of any foundation. So other than that, I think I might do a little bit of concealer under my eyes and on my spots. And for that, I'm going to use the Hard Candy Glamoflagoue Heavy Duty Concealer. And I'm pretty sure this is an ultra light, which is the lightest color, as the name would suggest. This one you can get, I think you can only get it at Walmart actually. And it's pretty cheap. And it's also nice because it is like super light, which I always have a problem with concealers and foundations being either too dark or just too yellow, orange, or pink even, because I'm sort of just very fair. Too fair for like most things, honestly. I just use for foundation, I typically just dab it on with my finger and don't use a brush most of the time. I think I might just buff it in just because the Nars Sheer Glow that my sister has is a little bit yellow, and the concealer, the Glamoflagoue concealer, is like nearly white. So it's a little bit of a shade difference. I think it's okay. Okay, so since I'm going to use the Cranberry Crush, oh god, I'm getting ahead of myself. First, I'm going to just set it with the Maybelline Dream Powder. I guess it's just Dream Powder. I think it's supposed to be a foundation, but it's a really light coverage, so I usually just use it to set my stuff. Did I show it to you? It looks like this. I guess it's the Dream Matte Powder. So I'm just going to use that to make sure everything is set and it stays, even though the Sheer Glow foundation is clearly, it's meant to be glowy. I'm probably just going to set it like in my T-zone and like under my eyes so it doesn't get shiny on my nose and stuff. Okay, yeah, so like I was saying, since I'm going to use a cranberry lip, I figured I would also use the Tarte cheek tint, and this is in Deep Berry, and I figured it would be like a good match for it. And again, I just put a tiny, tiny little dot on my finger because this stuff is like packed. Sorry, my mother was calling me, so I had to go talk to her. So for the cheeks, I'm just going to use that berry tint from Tarte. And I know this is like crazy strong, so I'm just going to start. Well, I just dabbed it off my hand, which was already a little dab, so I got the tiniest little bit. I'm just going to start at the apples of my cheeks and sort of blend with my fingers outward, because I don't want to stain the brush that I have. Because this stuff is like seriously like mega powerful. Add a little bit more. I'm getting washed out a little bit, I think. Okay. Just gonna do the other side as well. Okay, so other than that, for the face, I'm just going to use my e.l.f. blush in Gotta Glow. And it's not really a blush, it's like full-on highlighter because this stuff is like, is white. So, I don't know who's using it as a real blush because it's not a color, so it'd be ridiculous. Just tap off the excess. And I'm just going to sweep it onto my cheekbones a little bit, and then across my forehead a little bit. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the eyes, but I'll be right back because I forgot my stuff. Okay, so for the eyes, I'm also gonna do a warm look. I'm actually gonna start with the Maybelline Color Tattoo eyeshadows in the cream ones, not the pigment ones, in Barely Branded, and it's sort of like a champagne-y gold color, and I'm just going to use it as a base for my lids because of it's creamy, so it'll keep all of the other shadows I put it on still. I really, really love these eyeshadows. I have the bronze one, which I think is called Bed to the Bronze, something like that, and it's a really, really nice color. It's one of those shades that you can sort of just like pop on and go with some like eyeliner. No other shades are needed because you can sort of like gradient it out towards the top, and it looks really nice. Like you have much more, or you've put in much more work than you actually have to your eyeshadow. Again, I just usually use my fingers to put on cream eyeshadows because I feel like brushes get like chunky and sort of like waste product, whereas with your fingers you can sort of blend it better. That's just me. For the rest of my eyeshadow, I'm going to use the Lorac Unzipped eyeshadow palette, which it looks like this. There's a little zipper. And then inside is just sort of like these like warm pinky gold purpley shades. It's really nice, really pretty. I'm going to start with just, I think I'm going to start with the color Unreal, which is like the second bottom color. Just going to take it, and I'm just going to put it on my lids only. All of these colors are really shimmery, even like the highlight colors, like Undercover. It's that one's matte, and then I think that there is 2 other matte shades in here, but for the most part they're really, really shimmery. So if you don't like shimmers, this might not be for you, but I love like bronzy gold, even like a purpley shimmer color. I think it's really pretty. And then for the crease, I'm just going to use Unattainable, which is a little bit more dark. It's like a darker bronze color. And I'm just going to pop that right into my crease. Oh, and I'm using the Smashbox color, or Smashbox brush. It's called the Travel Definer brush. I'm pretty sure I got this in a palette like years ago for Christmas. It's just nice because it's sort of like close together, stiffer bristles. So I feel like it's always nice for the crease. I help to really shape it, or as I would say, define your eyes. And I'm just gonna do the other eye. Okay. And then I think lastly I'm just actually going to like get another like fluffier brush. This one's from Bare Minerals, and I know for a fact I got this. It's called a crease defining brush, but it's really fluffy, so usually I use it as a highlight because I feel like for creases you typically want like more of like a color or packed in color than you do for the highlight. I'm just gonna take Unbelievable, which is sort of like a pinky or champagne shade than the Barely branded one, and I'm gonna put it right above my crease, just sort of like fade it outward a little bit. All of these colors are like super, like they're pigmented, but they're very light and subtle. It's not like a really dramatic look or anything like that. As far as eyeliner, I'm actually just gonna do a pencil. There we go. Pencil, and this is from Starlux, and it's K01, and it's just black pencil. And I'm gonna put it on my waterline. And then for the actual eyeliner, I'm gonna use the Jordana Fabuliner, which I just bought, so I have to unwrap it. I don't know if you're supposed to shake it, but I always shake liquid eyeliners. I feel like it makes it better. I've never actually used this before. I've just heard about it on YouTube, so I don't really know. I feel like it's a felt tip. Yeah, a felt tip liner, which I like. I feel like it makes it really easy to draw. Okay, so just did a little wingtip. It's a little bit messy, a little bit too like curly, I think, but it's okay for these purposes. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a little bit of mascara now. I actually don't have an eyelash curler with me, which I would typically use, but I forgot one. So I'm gonna use the Covergirl Flamed Out Mascara in Very Black Blaze. I'm just gonna pop it on. Okay, yeah, I also popped it on my bottom lashes just a little bit because I think it's kind of creepy when people have really long bottom lashes. I think it looks a little bit strange, but I feel like you should still be able to see them to some degree. So I try to put them on like lightly on my bottom lash. Okay, so finally I'm gonna put on the Jordana Twist and Shine Moisturizing Balm Stain in Cranberry Crush, like I said. And I'm just gonna trace my lips first. This is definitely really pigmented. It's really like a real berry color, and I like it because it's not like too fuchsia-y. Like I feel like every time I try to get a berry lipstick or like lip balm, they turn out to be like fuchsia, especially since I'm so pale. It just looks like really bright and kind of strange. They're definitely shiny, which I usually don't like shiny lips. I usually like only have matte like lipstick, and I don't typically wear lip gloss. And if I wear lip balm, like maybe, but it would be like peach and like a nude, so you wouldn't be able to really tell. This is definitely shiny, but I feel like it's a nice color, so yeah. Okay, so that's it. That's the look. It's a little bit of a warmer eyes, but they're pretty subtle, because sometimes people do like the full-on like red burgundy eyeshadow. I feel like that's a bit much, especially if you're going to something like class or work. You don't want eyes that are so like villainous, if that makes any sense. But I feel like they look nice with berry eyes to have a little bit of a warmer eyeshadow tones, even if they are more of like a nude all-around tone. If that makes any sense at all to you guys. But thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and please like the video if you can. Thank you.